So section 12.9 is called area of triangles. And so most of you are like, oh, yes, we learned area of triangles in geometry. It's super easy, right? Generally, the formula that you learn in geometry is what?
Base times height. Base times height divided by 2.
Base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height, just depending on how, they're basically the same. Okay, so this is the geometry version. So for Algebra 2 version, we're going to use a different formula, and we're going to even use multiple different formulas based on what triangle you are, what information you're given about a triangle. So the first one, if you're given a side, an angle, and a side, bless you, you're going to use the formula 1/2 BC. So if it's lowercase, it's talking about sides, times the sine of capital A. So capitals are angles, okay? And instead of saying A, the book uses the letter K. So this formula can be switched around depending on what your vertices of your triangle are labeled, okay? So it's either 1/2 BC times the sine of A, or it's 1/2 AC times the sine of B, or it's 1/2 AB times the sine of C. These are really all three the same. It's just from which angle you're given, basically. Okay? That's if you're given a side, an angle, and a side. All right. If you're given angle, side, angle, you're going to use a different formula. You're going to use K is equal to 1/2 A squared sine of B sine of C over sine of A. And again, there are two more, they're the same. It's just dependent on what your vertices are. Okay, so the next one.
So 1/2 times A squared times and then the fraction?
Yes.
Okay.
1/2 B squared sine of A sine of C over sine of B. And then the third one is 1/2 C squared sine of A sine of B sine of C. So those three, again, they're the same. It's just depending on what you need to solve for and what information you're given. Okay. Third one is if you are given three side lengths. Okay. This one uses something called Hero's formula. Yeah, and I've also seen it with an N, like Heron's formula, but Hero's formula, and it's 2 steps. So the first step, you need to figure out S, and you get S by saying 1/2 A plus B plus C. That would be the 3 sides. You add the 3 sides together, divide by 2. Then you plug it into the formula. K equals the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. Number 4 is when you're given side-side angle, that ambiguous case. And for this one, you're going to have to partially solve the triangle first. Then use side angle side. Okay. We're not going to do one of those. Just know that it's out there. We're not going to do one. You're not going to see one on the assignment, and there's not going to be one on the test. Just know that it's out there. Okay? You guys good with knowing it's out there somewhere in math land? All right. Example number 1. It's probably right there. Okay. So for example, number 1, I'm going to give you some information. B is equal to 32. C is equal to 27. And angle A is equal to 108 degrees. So we have to look at our 4 choices, right? From that information given, is that going to be side, angle, side, angle, side, side, and this one I pretty much told you we're not going to do. So really it's one of the top 3. Which one is it?
SAS.
SAS. So it's the first one. It's side, angle, side. So we're going to do the SAS case. And we're given angle A. So you come up here and you say, okay, we're going to use that first one because that's the one that has angle A. If they'd have given us angle B, we use that one. Just use the one that they give you. Okay? So we're going to use K equals 1/2 BC times the sine of A, which is all the information that they gave us. So you're simply going to plug in. You're going to say K is equal to 1/2 32 times 27 times the sine of 108. Then you're just going to take your calculator. You can do this all in one pass, or you can break it up. I'm just going to put 1/2 in as 0.5 times 32 times 27 times the sine of 108. Hit the equals. I have, okay, I'm going to put away the equal sign. I've got 410.85, but there's a 6 next to it, so let's go 410.86. And they didn't give us any units, so you just say generic units. Units squared is your binding area. Any questions on example number 1 there? Okay, I'm going to move this up. You'll see it in just a second. Still working on it. There it is. All right, example number 2. This time I'm going to draw a triangle for you and give you some information. So this side over here is 2.2 meters. This angle is 65 degrees. And this one is 100 degrees. So looking back at our list, which one is it? Angle, side, angle, right? So this is our angle, side, angle case. And we need to, well, let's make this one, well, we've got two of the angles and we need this angle over here. So how do we get, and let's call this C. So we'll call this one A and we'll call this one B. How do we get angle C?
Right,
Okay, yeah. So you just take the 180 minus the 65 minus the 100. I got 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to use the K formula. And let's do, because this is angle C, we'll make this little letter C. So we'll use the third one, the 1/2 C squared times the sine of A, sine of B, over the sine of C. Do you guys see why I picked that one? Yes? No? Okay. So let's plug in. 1/2 C squared. So we're going to square 2.2. Sine of 65. Sine of 100. Over sine of 15. Punch it in the calculator. Bless you. So K is roughly equal to 8.35. This one had units, so we'll call it meters squared. Anybody want to see that one typed in the calculator? Okay. Let's do one more. This will be example number 3. And your triangle is going to have lengths of 50 feet, 60 feet, and 80 feet. So clearly this one's what? Side, side, side case. So you're going to use the hero's formula, which is the 2 steps. So first you need to solve for S. Okay? So S, you want to just say 1/2 of all of those 3 sides. Doesn't matter which one you plug in for which, right? So you're going to have 1/2 of 50 plus 60 plus 80. I got 95. Add these all up, divide by 2, or multiply 0.5 by all of it. There's a couple ways to do it in your calculator. Okay? Then, once you've got this S, you're going to plug it into hero's formula, which is the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. Okay? So I'm actually going to solve for S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C first. Then I'm going to plug it in. So S minus A. So that'd be 95 minus 50, which is 45. So that's going to plug in there. And then S minus B is going to be 95 minus this next side, which was 60. So what, 35. And then S minus C, 95 minus the 80. So that one is 15. So I'm going to plug these 3 numbers in here, here, and here. So I'm going to have the square root of S, which was 95, times S minus A, we already calculated as 45, times S minus B, which is 35, times S minus C, which is 15, and then punch all that in the calculator. I got